Getting behind the wheel of a car for the first time is a rush. Feeling the wheel beneath your hand and the horses when you rev up the engine is a feeling that some people live for. But what is the meaning of it all when it comes time for safety? Everyone knows that when you get into a car, you are supposed to buckle your seatbelt for safety. What most people do not know is that a second's glimpse away from the road into your phone screen could be the last thing that you ever see. Texting while driving is now the leading cause of death among teenagers, surpassing drinking and driving. According to a study by Cohen Children's Medical Center, in 2011, 1.3 million crashes involved a cell phone. How can we make the roads safer for everyone? No matter who you are, old driver, new driver, safe or reckless, you are always at risk of being in an automobile accident. The safest drivers who never speed, who always check their mirrors every 8 seconds, are always in danger of the drivers who are reckless and selfish on the road. 82% of Americans ages 16 to 17 own a cell phone. 52% of those people admit to talking on the phone while driving. 34% admit to texting. That 34% of texting teenagers also cause 11 teen deaths every single day. 11 groups of parents lose their child every day. That is a home-hitting statistic for adults who text and drive. Teens who are new drivers watch their parents to learn things and see if they see their parents are texting or using a phone while driving, they will think it is okay for them to use their phone behind the wheel. A minimal amount of time that your eyes are off the road looking at your phone is 5 seconds. In that 5 seconds, if you are going 55 miles per hour, you are driving the length of a football field. A whole football field, and that texting driver sees none of it. On October 1st, 2013, Governor Rick Scott signed the SB 52. This law prohibits texting and driving, but is this law enough? To many Americans, no, it is not. The fine for texting and driving is only $30. This is less than most teens and adults spend on clothes or other materialistic items. The fine is so low that almost any employed American could easily pay it off. This law will not stop many from texting and driving, so it is a waste of law in many opinions. The offense of texting and driving should be just as punishable as driving while intoxicated, because a texting driver is the same as driving after one has had 4 beers. DWI, or driving while intoxicated, kills. Manslaughter is also another word that comes to mind when I think of texting and driving. The time that is time in the slammer. When you pick up your phone to reply a simple LOL to your BFF, you are taking your life and the life of others. If that LOL cannot wait another second, then you need to reevaluate what is truly important in life. My mom is a nervous wreck when I drive from Jacksonville to St. Augustine, or anywhere really. Not because I am a bad driver, but because there are a lot of ignorant drivers. After I saw the AT&T commercial about texting and driving, I took a look at what was important to me. My family would be devastated if I were ever in an automobile accident. To know that it was my fault because I was texting and driving would make matters even worse. Now think of your BFF, your bro, or your bestie, or whatever you call your closest friend and think, what would you do without them in your life? What would their family do without them and your family without you? Life would not be the same, would it? No. If you text and drive while you're alone, you are taking your life into your hands. But if your best friend is in the car with you, now that is their life as well. Say you are texting and driving, and you do wreck. You survive, and your best friend is not so lucky. How would you feel, walking up to his or her casket, knowing that they could still be there today, if that LOL could have waited? This really hits home when said like this, yes? Of course it does. No one ever thinks of terrible things like that happening because people, especially teens, think that they are indestructible. Newsflash, everyone, even the Titanic sank. It is not just texting, though, that distracts us behind the wheel. Making a phone call takes your eyes off the road. Some people are even tweeting while driving. #dangerous, don't you think? 10 states, including D.C., prohibit all drivers from using handheld cell phones. 39 states and D.C. prohibit all drivers from text messaging. Although these laws are made and hope to be enforced, there are always those people who do anything they can to be rebellious. So how can we make the road safer? We eliminate cell phone usage altogether. but it's the only way to ensure that people are not all men while driving. How do we do this is still a mystery. The value of your life should be good enough to give up your cell phone while driving, but to most Americans, it is not.